Hello and welcome to Fiber Trek. My name is Sarah. Welcome. You are most welcome on this creative journey here in the Northwoods of Maine. On this edition, I'm looking forward to sharing with you a new book that I've added to my collection, as well as sharing some of the decorations and festivities that have already begun for this holiday season at the house. I have a finished sweater I want to share with you, as well as some other knitting projects. A deep, heartfelt thank you to those that invest financially in the production of this project. Whether that's through Patreon or Ko-fi, I am deeply appreciative.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you.
As you can see, I've gone ahead and decorated for the holidays as well as the winter here in the house. It is my favorite time of year. We are a little bit before the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States, and we already have our tree, but I wanted to extend the holiday feeling in my house because I spend a limited amount of time here, and the holidays are spent with my parents and my brother's family in southern Maine. So I just wanted to have a long, slow holiday feel, and so I did that by starting a little bit early, including the Christmas music. I have been tuning into the Charlie Brown Christmas album, which I find to be very inspiring and a perfect complement to getting all of the things out and feeling the spirit. And I don't know if you can see, but we did get our first kind of experiential snow, meaning that it stayed and you're walking through it. It's not plowable, but it's adding to the whole ambiance and feeling here. I like to decorate with found items from outside, and I also do a lot with paper because it is accessible and it packs flat, and I find it can be a really nice canvas if you want to stamp on it or gel plate, print, write, etc. So lots of snowflakes, and this year I added the Cricut villages to my windows, so I was able to buy those as templates. I had a phone call from my husband, Rob, who is on his way down south. But anyway, so I purchased the templates from Cricut for like 99 cents, and then I just used some craft board in white to cut those out. So super easy, affordable, and like I said, kind of accessible, whether you're tracing it yourself, but there's lots of different ways. I don't know why I'm going on about paper decorations, but I'm just really inspired by them, apparently. So as I mentioned, I kind of featured some books last year, which I thought had a nice array of ideas. And this year, I have Winter Celebrations. I picked this up in the spring, and I've kind of been waiting to share it with you. This book is by Aruna Kunaraj, and she is a artist based out of Toronto, and this book is kind of a compilation of different project ideas for decorating the home, for gifts, and it includes a variety of different skills. And so that's why I felt like I wanted to share it with you. There's very basic paper kind of experiences in garlands and stars, but there's also some ideas with ceramics, like store-bought ceramics and ceramic pens. She has some indigo dyeing. There are some bookbinding ideas, wrapping. So I thought it was a nice array of ideas that could be, you could springboard into other realms, but I just wanted to share this with you this year because I'm not doing a turning of the year, but maybe you can kind of create your own little experience using some of these resources. So let's check out Winter Celebrations. Welcome to the knitting and fiber portion of the episode. Before I get started, I just want to reiterate how deeply grateful I am to those that contribute financially, whether that's through Patreon, like a subscription platform, or through a donation on Coffee as you're able. I am so humbled and encouraged by this investment in the project here. So production, administration, resources, my time. Thank you so much for investing. As I said, I am just deeply grateful. If you are able to like and subscribe, if you're watching on YouTube, I am told that that can help create traction around the content and have it dispersed more widely. If you are interested in watching an ad-free version on my blog, I upload separately over there on Vimeo, so these videos are not monetized. So if you are interested in uninterrupted viewing, you can do that at fibertrek.wordpress.com. You can shop the affiliate link that I have with the Woolly Thistle, which is no cost to you, but I earn a small commission off of sales. So you can leave a comment So all of that is so appreciative as I kind of continue this documentation of this creative experience that is my life. And I'm so glad that you're here and you've come along. And as I always say, I really hope that there is an exchange of ideas here and that you get inspiration for your own creative work as well. On that note, we'll talk about the knitting. I did finish the Twisted Rib cardigan. This is a pattern from Title Yarn Company by Deborah Parcella. It is only available through Title Yarns with a purchase of yarn. I was generously gifted this yarn when I saw Patricia about a year ago at the Fiber Frolic, and I had hoped to have it done, as you may know, for Rhinebeck, but my plans were thwarted. But it is complete. I have tried styling it because it is a cropped version of the sweater, and I think it's going to work really well in my wardrobe. The raglan shaping is really quite generous, and so it will fit over a number of different types of sleeves. It is worked top down and flat. The button band is built right into the knitting. As you can see, I chose some small silver buttons. I was kind of on the fence whether I wanted to kind of go big and a little bit bold, but in the end, I decided the small buttons really lended themselves to the kind of cut of the sweater, and it just added a little bit of lightness and delicacy where the heaviness of that double-stranded twisted rib, kind of sat in juxtaposition to that, and I think it worked well together. So I really love that hem, which is done holding two strands of the worsted yarn together in a twisted rib, and I twisted both the knit and the purl stitches, but I think it helps it hang really nicely. So that sweater is a winner for me, and I'm looking forward to getting it out and about. Meanwhile, I've also still been working on my Metropolitan pullover by Tori Yu. I'm doing this in Plotalopi, held with one strand of Gotland lace from the Grey Sheep Company that I purchased at Edinburgh Yarn Festival a few years ago. I'm in the process of binding off. The hem is done with an I-cord bind off. You knit right to the hem and you bind off with that I-cord. And then I will be picking up for the sleeves. This too is a cropped version of that sweater, so it sits just above my hip. And I've tried it on and everything fits, and I think the fabric looks beautiful. So that continues to be successful. I'm remembering, and I'm so excited that I am. You may be wondering what I'm wearing. This is the J sweater. It is a free download on Ravelry, I think from Universal Yarns. I can't remember if it's Barocco or Universal. And the name of the author escapes me, but it will be listed. I knit this in some wool I brought back from Norway, and I'm contemplating knitting it again. I really love the delicacy of the yoke design, and it is a DK pattern, so I don't know, this one and the Drema by Jen Steingess both have really captured my attention, and so I don't often knit sweaters 2 times, but I think this one and the Drema is, as you'll hear, maybe forthcoming. So the Yell still sits there and looks at me. I think I'm I mentioned this before, intimidated by the upcoming skills that I might need for shaping the shoulders in color work and steeks, etc. So I think I've just been admiring the beautiful color work at the bottom, like, hey, I did a great job. Yeah, I'm getting ready to bring that kind of back into the fold. I'm still working on the Aloft shawl in tuku wool. That just continues to be repeats after repeats. And yeah, with the finish of the twisted rib, got me thinking about if I wanted to cast on another sweater. We talked about doing Viola Designs knit along in 2025. More to come on that. I'm considering the Agnes kofta, which is really quite prevalent out there in the knitting world. I think Sarah of Knitting Jungle, I saw it on that podcast. The Knitting with Cat Hair podcast featured it. Of course, Corinne of the Woolly Thistle knit the Agnes kofta, and they have kits available for the one she did. So I'm excited to kind of delve a little deeper into that pattern and the colors and working with swatches and what I want to do. But as I said, I am kind of chatting with Corinne right now about possibilities for the knit along. So stay tuned. We'll be chatting a little bit more about that 2025. If you're interested in perusing what's available for the designs, there is an English digital ebook which features the Agnes Kofta and also a number of other sweaters which are absolutely gorgeous and I would like to knit. I believe Nicole is thinking of knitting the Dagmar from that ebook, but there are mittens and cowls and hats and more sweaters to choose from. All of those are in English. The other patterns, if you're looking to buy them individually, are available in Norwegian. So you can check out Viola Designs on the internet at her website. So that kind of hangs around, and I'm really excited about the prospects of that pattern. But that's not for a few months yet, and so I've contemplated casting on Drama by Jennifer Steingass in Icelandic Let Lopi. I have a really beautiful stormy blue and a creamy oatmeal. So the first version I did was a light gray and a navy pattern, and I think I want a dark and a light. So I'm contemplating casting that on, but we'll see. Right now, as you saw, I'm kind of dividing my time amongst a number of different projects for the house, decorating and cooking. I'm getting the peel ready for my mincemeat and for my fruit cake, and making decorations and adding to what I have. So I haven't really been sitting down to one particular thing, kind of investing a big chunk of time either to learn a skill or do that. I've kind of been divided out amongst a number of different ones. So the knitting has been nice to have in the evenings. If you caught my Patreon, you'll know that I've been working on my weaving, and I decided to try using the Icelandic wool that I got back from the mill with my own fleece. That was quite disappointing. I am attempting to crochet with that, and will it be a rug? Will it be a chair cover? Will it be a blanket? I don't know, but I am enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the finished item. Well, I should say it's not finished, but I'm enjoying the item as it evolves, and I think the structure of it is working well, the large scale of the crochet, and I'm not as put off by the inconsistencies. I'm not finding it hard to do with my hands, so I put some work into this granny square, which I'm just continuing to build a granny square out. I've added some Icelandic Alafos Lopi to it from my stash just for fun. So that's kind of just been something I pick up, and yeah, I've been having fun with it. There's no real, like, must get this done, this is the next step. It's just kind of a whimsical little piece of what's sitting next to my knitting area. I've also added a row to my crochet blanket that I'm using scraps to do, and I've put together a few more squares. So weaving, crochet, knitting, I continue to work on the Romney fleece, and I am plying all that up. So there's been quite a bit done, but as I said, nothing's like complete. Everything is kind of in process, bits and pieces here and there for these other endeavors that I have. I think on that note, I'm going to bid you a fond farewell. Many fond wishes and blessings. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.